um, and makes him use all his mana for next turn if he wants to stop it. See, after this turn, all our mana will be freed up so that we can resolve Tortured Existence and go to town using it. That was a good draw. So let's go ahead and get this man down. And then I think we discard the Dredger to get Augur of Skulls and cast it. Don't want to discard the Grave Scrabbler because we don't want we want to save that for later in case our Tortured Existence gets removed somehow. We'll have a way to reload. So now we've got him in a tight spot because he has to spend 6 mana every turn on Capsize, and I think he has to Capsize the Augur of Skulls, or he's going to lose his Capsize. He's going to pull back his Seagate Oracle. That's actually not the worst play because he's free to recast that guy, and if he comes up with some land, he can still Capsize our Augur before it just gets him and owns him out of the game. I'm actually encouraged because this is a pretty poor matchup. They have so many ways to deal with the Tortured Existence, and they have so many ways to keep you from, really getting there. Alright, so now he's got something to deal with the Augur, of course, because he played a land. And Gitu Slinger's pretty good. He's starting to build up a lot of mana, which is worrisome. So what do we want to do this turn? We can, let me check on time. Oh, we got plenty of time. We can dredge the Stinkweed Imp, or we could draw. I think we dredge here, because we want to find like a Rootwalla and things like that. Alright, we didn't find anything. We did find a Wild Mongrel, which could be good. We really just want to improve our board presence here as much as we can. He's got a Capsize, but he can't use it, so I think for this turn we're just going to discard the Dredger and get our Augur back. And then we're going to play Augur with regeneration mana up, and then hopefully that will force him to spend his turn capsizing the Augur, or he'll just lose the Capsize. And that's probably going to discourage him from paying the Echo on Gitu Slinger, though I could be wrong, and in fact am wrong. So he has 8 mana to his name, and a Capsize and 1 unknown in his hand. And he played the Glimmer Post, so I think he's just gonna... Nope, he's casting Capsize on Augur of Skulls. Good for us. So now at the end of this turn, we're going to discard. Yeah, we'll trade away the Crack Rats. We're not going to just sit here and take damage. He doesn't have enough colored mana to use it twice, so we're gonna. Ooh, we could pull back the Chittering Rats. Let's see. If we pull back the Chittering Rats, we can cast it. We either want to, let's see, we pull back the Chittering Rats. Next turn we can dredge. We already have an Augur of Skulls, so we could just draw for the turn and then cast both our men. But then he could just Capsize the Augur. We'd be in the same spot. We really want both Augurs this turn, so we're gonna go ahead and ditch the Crypt Rats to get Augur of Skulls, untap. I think we can just draw this turn. Or we could take the Brown Scale. Yeah, let's take the Brown Scale. We don't want to put too much of our deck in our graveyard. We might as well pick up the 2 free life. And we'll cast both Augur Skulls, which should put an end to the Capsize shenanigans. And without that, he's pretty much just going to be on Rolling Thunder or nothing. I think Rolling Thunder is actually lethal, though, because he has 1 billion mana. If he drew a counter spell, he could... No, he can't even Capsize the Tortured Existence because it will take both of his blue mana. Another Cloud Post. Okay, so we're going to take 1 here, Mind Rot away his Capsize, He's probably going to burn it on our Tortured Existence to make us recast it. And then all we really want to do now is get some beaters into play and chain together the Golgari Brown Scales to get out of Rolling Thunder range, since he can deal us 20-some with it right now. Alright, Death to your Capsize. So that card is annoying. He could bounce the Augur here, but it just seems looser than bouncing the Tortured Existence. I guess he could bounce a land. That's the same as bouncing the Tortured Existence, though. Okay. We'll bounce that man. Lose his hand. I don't think we want to dredge the Stinkweed Imp. We can dredge the Brown Scale, though, and go ahead and gain 2 life. Because we want to draw a creature for our Tortured Existence. Okay, so now we dredge, or we Tortured Existence for Wild Mongrel, discarding the Brown Scale, and we cast it, and then we can leave up. At the end of the turn, we're gonna discard Grave Scrabbler and play it for its madness cost. Hopefully he didn't just draw Rolling Thunder there. He did not. Okay, so we discard. Yeah, the only thing I'm worried about now is running out of time. Discard this. Yes, I would like to replace that with a Madness. This deck's a little tricky. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm obviously not playing it optimally, but like I said at the beginning, I'm just trying to learn the deck a little bit. Okay, did I click the spell to cast it? Yes. Madness itself is tricky. I will pull back a Golgari Brown Scale to gain more life. And up. And I gotta pick a color. I like white. Upkeep. I am going to discard to get back Putrid Leech because it does the most damage. Discarding a Brown Scale. Pretty sure this game is over. Although it's unwise, I suppose, to underestimate the post deck because it has a lot of mana and it can pretty much do whatever it wants. Grave Scrabbler's probably just gonna get chumped here. Oh, he just didn't bother. Yeah, I'll discard this man. Make you take 3. And then cast Putrid Leech. Alright, so we're in pretty good shape here. I think we're out of Fireball range for now. We'll swap our Brown Scale for our Brown Scale because Mai's 2 life. And dredge it. Rootwalla? There we go. So we can well, let's just see what he says to our attack first. Pay 2 life and bash him for 6. So I think we want to emphasize getting our beaters on so that he can't, well, so long as we stay out of Rolling Thunder range. Alright, we're going to ditch this. We're going to, no, I keep doing it wrong. We're going to ditch this to get Rootwalla. Then we're going to ditch, nah, let's just cast Augur of Skulls in case he gets any funny ideas about building up cards in his hand. He's got a Condescend, so maybe that was a bit foolish. This is going to let him scry. Yeah, okay. So he can scry, and then I think I'm just going to go ahead and cast the Rootwalla this turn because I know he can't do anything about it now. Hopefully he just goes bottom. I'm all the way scrolled up over here. He went top. That is slightly surprising. I'll go ahead and discard this. Get it out there. Maybe he had like a Gitu Slinger. Hopefully I don't need this point of toughness to rescue my Wild Mongrel on this turn. I'll make this play look really bad, but I think if I just don't get my beaters countered, we'll eventually get there. How much damage am I looking at off this? Yeah, I'm taking the 1. Hold on, am I? 5, 10, 15, 20. Red. 21, 22, 23, 24. Yeah, I think I can take 1. I think Rolling Thunder does 24 damage to me, and I can gain 2 life in response. Unless I miscounted, in which case I deserve to die. I did miscount. No, I didn't. 24. 22 plus the 2 red. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're fine. This puts us at 2, but because we've been diligent in dredging out our brown scales, we will be fine. I guess he could have a second Rolling Thunder on top of his deck, because he did go top. But I really don't think we could have beaten that anyways. What is he doing? Maybe he has nothing and he's just making us sweat it out. So we'll be at 2. We can bash him for... We can gain enough life to use the Putrid Leech, and we can pump the Basking Root Walla, so he'll take 11... Yeah, actually we can't finish him off this turn, so if he has any other burn, we could be in trouble. He would need to have Rolling Thunder. I didn't even know if these lists played 3 Rolling Thunder, but... Alright. If they do, and he's got them, then we'll just go ahead and tip the cap. I mean, we were pretty lucky the second game, for sure. Not sure how I feel about this deck quite yet, because it seems to be pretty bad without its namesake card. But the Wild Mongrels do a pretty good impression. I'm still, despite this game, I'm still not really feeling the Vampire Hounds, because I mean, like, the only real cards that generate you advantage are these guys and these guys if you have a discard outlet. Not really sure how all that fits in. There's not very many cards that can pull an enchantment out of your dredge pile. So that's something that we were looking at when we built this deck. Maybe some way we could... Okay, he's casting Rolling Thunder with X as 24. We will go ahead and brown scale for brown scale, which will keep us alive. And ouch, that stings. So we go ahead and dredge brown scale here for sure. Ooh, a Grave Scrabbler. And what can we bash with? I mean, we can pretty much bash with everything if we want to. So what could he draw? If he has another Rolling Thunder, we're just dead. If he has a Bolt, we're fine. If he has... Yeah, if he has an X spell, we're dead. What about like a Mnemonic Wall? That would give him... We can get up to... Okay, so what if he draws a bounce spell for our blocker and tries to get in with that? Then we can Madness back a Grave Scrabbler. Alright, I think we're safe to go ahead and bash with everybody but Grave Scrabbler here. How much damage is that? 4. Wait a minute. Is there any way we can win the game with the Grave Scrabbler? We have 3, 7, 9, 11 base damage. Wait, why don't I just pitch both these cards and win? 4, 8, 10, 13 exactly. Okay. That was way harder than it needed to be. I do apologize, but it's tough to make all the right decisions. 9, especially when you're playing on video and you know, like, if you scrub on video, it'll be extremely unfortunate, even more so than usual. Get out of here. Brown scale. That should be exactly enough, and again, if I have miscounted or misclicked, I deserve to lose anyways. I'm seeing 13 exactly. How do you like them apples? Alright, on to round 2.